Should these three bourbons be on your radar? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today on the bar top, we have three different bourbons. Now, all three of these are completely different from completely different distilleries, and we're going to go over these and review them so that if you have been contemplating about picking these bottles up, you have some place where you can come to and see the review. Now, if you have all three of these bottles, let me know what your thoughts are down below, but without further ado, let's introduce the bottles that we're going to review today. So starting here on the left, we have the John J. Bowman single barrel. This is bottled at 100 proof. I've talked about the bottle a couple of times on the channel, but I've never done a full review of it. So now that we have a bottle that I can proudly put on the bar top, I am going to give you guys a little bit of a review of it. Over here on the right, we have the Green River Kentucky Straight Wheated Bourbon. This is coming in at 90 proof. Wheated bourbon, and yeah, we've heard good things about this one as well. Now, sitting here in the middle, if you have a Trader Joe's in your area that sells alcohol and you've been contemplating about picking up their bourbon, well, look no further, because this right here is going to be the review for you. This is coming out of, this is distilled by Bourbon Square Distilling Company in Louisville, Kentucky, bottled at 90 proof for Trader Joe's. So I've never heard of Bourbon Square Distilling Company. I'm not quite sure what exactly they do other than this, but nonetheless, we're gonna find out right now just if it's any good compared to other somewhat decent bourbons, right? Before we get into the reviews, I just want to thank you guys so much for the love and support. You guys are killing it. Make sure you keep dropping that like. Leave a comment down below on other bourbons you want me to review here in the near future, and if you're brand new, smash that subscribe button. One more thing, check out the Patreon, link down below. For as little as $2 a month, you can help support the channel like you wouldn't believe, and also join an amazing community of amazing people that give away samples. I give away samples. It's an absolute blast over at the Everyday Drinker Discord. But without further ado, we're going to do the John J. Bowman first, and yeah, let's get into the nose. These are going to be quick reviews, and so this nose, I mean, because it's Buffalo Trace distillate, you're getting that cherry bomb, that sweetness. It's got a little bit of an oakiness coming through on it as well. I like it a lot. It really does just smell very nice. It's very clean. There's nothing that comes off of this that is off-putting. I get a really nice molasses as well, and a touch of a honey. It's a really sweet. I'm not sure how long they aged this for. I'm not sure if that's disclosed. I might try and find that out so that I can put that a little note on the bottom of the screen there for you. But I'm not quite sure if it's aged any longer than like another Buffalo Trace product. And if it is, it's really not coming through. And if it's not, there's no sign that it's not either. So the nose is very pleasant. We're going to get into the palate. Very pleasant. For 100 proof, it's definitely coming through that it's 100 proof, right? You're getting a little bit of a burn, but it's nothing that is like way too much for an enjoyable experience. I get a really nice honey off of that palate. It is super sweet. It has a very nice layering of oiliness over your tongue, but it's nothing that is like, oh my god, this is so amazing, the mouthfeel. It's like something that's at 120, 130 proof. This is 100% a pickup if you find this in your area. It's nothing that is, oh my goodness, this is the best bourbon in the world. But there's nothing in this that says, oh my goodness, this is not something that I would enjoy. For $60, $65, this is definitely a pickup. I mean, you're getting a cherryness, you're getting some fruitiness coming through there, but that one honey note that comes in the very beginning is the one note that I really enjoy. And this John J. Bowman single barrel is 100% a pickup, in my opinion. Now, let's move on to the Green River Wheated Bourbon. This is bottled at 90 proof, so it's a lower proof than this bad boy right here. And Let's just read the back here. A legacy revived. Founded by John W. McCulloch in 1885 as Kentucky's 10th oldest distillery, Green River was celebrated for quality and became known as the whiskey without regrets, before being lost to history after Prohibition. Once again, Green River whiskey is crafted at its original home. This wheated bourbon showcases a classic Kentucky profile with a smooth, balanced taste. So we'll find out. I've cracked this open. I've had it once. My initial thought of it was nothing to write home about, but it's also not an expensive bottle of bourbon. But nonetheless, expensive bottles of bourbon aren't always the best. And this one, I believe, is a $35 bottle. But who knows? I mean, this off of the nose, I get this dusty mustiness. It has this, like, grainy quality that comes through on it. It smells young. I'm not quite sure how old it is. Does it tell you how old it is? I hate when they don't tell you how old this is. I really just don't approve of that. I want to know how old it is. But nonetheless, it's grainy, it's earthy, it's got this mustiness in there. The nose is not something that I particularly enjoy. It's not that profile that I personally like. It smells young, it really does. But there's something in here that's a little off-putting. Now, I've had the Green River straight bourbon, just their regular bourbon, not their wheated bourbon, and that was absolutely delicious. And I think that that one might be a little bit better than this one. But on the nose, it's just not my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, it's got this, it has this, like, somewhat trying to be older than what it is, but it's not quite there yet. I get a touch of, like, a pear in here as well. But like I said, that musty, dusty, grainy quality comes through more often than anything else on that nose. So without further ado, let's get into the palate of this bad boy. Cheers, everybody. So the palate is completely different than the nose. You are getting some of those nose qualities into the palate. It does have this, like, grainy, earthy quality to it, but it's not very potent. The most notable thing that I'm getting out of this is a very, very rich vanilla. But being 90 proof, that fades off, and the finish is not very pleasant. The finish is not the most pleasant of them all. Yeah, second sip, I'm really still not... It's got this earthiness, and I can't get past that grainy, earthy quality to this bottle that I'm really not the biggest fan of. You know, for $35, it's a bottle that you can make a swing and a miss on, and this might be some people's flavor profile. They might like that earthy tone, those grainy qualities that come through, because you can definitely taste the youngness in this bottle, and some people might really enjoy that. And for those people, this bottle is for you. But for the people that are like me and have a palate similar to mine, this one right here is not going to be your cup of tea. So we've got two bottles down. We've got the one that I'm most anticipated for, because I've only made cocktails with this. I did a couple of old fashions with this, and it wasn't bad whatsoever. I have yet to try it neat, and this has been sitting the longest out of all of them because we did the reviews of these two, and I'm kind of excited to get into this nose and the palate and see if Trader Joe's bourbon is any freaking good. And I'm pretty sure you guys want to know as well. So without further ado, let's get into the nose. Whoa. This isn't finished or added anything, is it? Bourbon whiskey. Straight bourbon whiskey. This is a very, very interesting nose. I'm getting peanuts and like a very, very cough drop-esque cherry. That is very, very potent. That cough drop, that cherry cough drop is so strong. And then I'm getting a little bit of an orange peel. This nose is 100% better than this nose. 100% better than this. It's got so much more going on for it. I don't even know how much my wife paid for this bottle. But this one right here, compared to this one, Just for the nose, I'd buy the Trader Joe's over the Green River. I like this nose a lot. It's fruity, it's sweet, it's got some peanut in there. That is 100% a delicious, delicious nose. I like it a lot. I would imagine a lot of you would as well, only because of the thought process that Trader Joe's wouldn't put out good bourbon. But nonetheless, this nose right here is a very, very, very nice nose. Yeah, I'm still getting all of those cherries, the orange, peanut, and a nice layer of like baked bread. That's in there. Baked bread is 100% in this glass, but I want to see if you can get a baked bread out of that palate. And, well, let's dive right into this glass. That is very, very interesting on how not bad that bottle is. This bottle, the Green River, can get kicked to the can, and this one here can take over, because that Green River, not my cup of tea, but this one here, even though there's nothing major going on in your mouth on this, right? I didn't even give you anything off of it. Let me go back in one more time. See, I might do that on purpose, where I don't get anything, so that I can go back in for another sip. You are getting a sweetness overload. It's not brown sugar. It's not like a very rich sugar in here, but you're getting a very nice sweetness that continues into the finish. The cherry that was very, very cough drop-esque on the nose transfers into the palate a little sweet-like. It's not very medicinal. It has a little bit more of a richness to it going into the palate. And that is 100% a really, really nice sip. And if you've got a Trader Joe's in your area, I 100% recommend you picking up a bottle of their bourbon, because it's not bad whatsoever. Is it something to write home about? No. But I believe my wife paid under $20 for this bottle, and I would buy it over and over again for a cheaper mixer, for something that, you know, might surprise some people. Put it in a blind for like other 90 proof bottles of bourbon that are hard to find and whatnot. This one right here might come out closer to the top than you think. But here we go. We did 3 bourbon reviews. My order is John J. Bowman, Trader Joe's Bourbon Whiskey, and the Green River Wheated Bourbon. Again, let me know down in the comments if you had any of these bourbons and which ones you prefer. But until next time, this has been Nathan with The Everyday Drinker. Cheers.